Hey YouTube, Catman Austin 9 here with a deck profile and some duels on DevPro. Today it's going to be 3-axis, so as you can see the 3-axis Fire Fist deck, it essentially revolves around using Spirit to make rank 3s and level 6 synchro plays for Horse Prince to make your chicken do things. So literally this is the majority of what you're doing is using Panther, tributing Panther to set either the Tensu or the Tenki, whatever you need to get your Spirit, because you're almost always going to open with one or the other. If you open with Tenki, then you're just going to search Tensu, and then you're going to search Spirit, then your normal Spirit, special Panther, sync 6 to make Horse Prince. Horse Prince effect will special summon Chicken. Chicken effect will add either Spirit or a Bear to your hand, so you've already got next turn either another Horse Prince play or a pop and go for your deal. So as you can see, it's got a very basic lineup, and then it's got like Lion Emperor and Horse Prince. This card hasn't come out to the TCG yet, but I just kind of put it in there. I never make anything but him, and when Vulcan comes out, I'm going to take the Rayquazas anyway, I think, for another Vulcan. But so that's the deck. So we're going to replays. I'm going to do this really fast, so and now it's all sorts of screwed up. Alright, so I went ahead and tried to start playing the mirror match, which I want to save for my last game. The first game I'm going to show you is called Blasters for Suckers. This is a game I just got before I really started recording this. As you can see, I'm playing against another really cool fire archetype that came out in Cosmo Blazer, or not Cosmo Blazer, Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. I don't know why I said Cosmo Blazer. But Battle and Boxers, which is a deck that I really like. In fact, I like it more than Fire Fist, other than the 3-axis. The regular Fire Fist I don't like as much as Battle and Boxers, but I opened Goku to stop the breakthrough anyway. I was like, oh no, that's not going to happen. But and the reason I call this Blasters for Suckers is I'm seeing this a lot. People taking decks and splashing in. Like, if I look in his extra deck, I almost guarantee you, is there a rank 7? No. Because he only runs the one blaster. Why does he run the one blaster? So he can pop cards and pitch off his cards that he doesn't need. And I hate it when people do that. It's like people do that, and then they put Tempest in Dragunities. They put Tidal in Mermails. They put all these elemental dragons into decks that don't need the help to play the way that they play. And it bugs me. Like, I see people, they put one blaster, one burner in Fire Fist, and I'm like, why? So you can special summon a level 7 for 2,800 damage and then add it to your hand and then pop a card next turn? Doesn't Bear kind of do that, but faster and more synergy? It has more synergy with the deck. So rather than play Blaster and Burner, why not play one Gorilla and a second Bear and 3-axis? Like that, does that not make more sense? But this game ends really fast because he quits after I Veiler his switch hitter. So I mean, it's not like it was a very good game. It was just so I could get that off my chest. That's a little rant deal. So. Then we're going to show this game and then the mirror match. This is going to be a shorter video because I'm getting tired of re-recording it because I go over my 15 minutes. But as you see, I opened with nothing for my Horse Prince plays, so I just had to, go on the defensive. And I had Maxi, which was nice. But I was like, okay, I'm probably playing against... I got Maxi, maybe I'm playing against Dragunities. And sure enough, he plays Terraforming, and I'm like, Malefics? And then he adds Dragon Ravine, and I'm like, yes! And he has, I didn't know any of this until I watched this replay after the fact, and he opened with double Phalanx, double Terraforming, and a Gold Sark. So, I mean, he could have deck thinned a lot harder than he did. But he activates Phalanx effect, and I pitch Max C. And this guy, I mean, everything he does is a testament to how good of a player he actually is. And, I mean, props goes to this guy. Like, see how he uses... He plays Tempest. Again, I hate it when people do this. Tempest and Mirror Force. What is it? Splashing Elemental Dragons and Mirror Force. I don't know why. I just don't like it. But and then he goes, okay, well, if I special summon again, he's going to plus, and I don't want him to plus, so I'm not going to do anything, which is the smart play. And I'm like, okay, well, I've got Gorilla. He didn't attack either because I think he was afraid of a Deep Prison or maybe even a Mirror Force because they're running around on DevPro. People, watch out. But I go ahead and I go into my Tiger King, set my Tenki search Leopard, Tensu, normal Leopard, blah, 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 do my play, set up for next turn, and search a Tensen so that no matter what, next turn, I've got this, I mean, there's like nothing that I can't handle. I can deal 500 damage now, I can negate effects later, I could have negated the effect now and got more damage in, but it wasn't really worth it for like what to detach for like 400 damage. And whenever he's sent to the graveyard this way, I was thinking about it like this. Okay, if he Dark Holes me, I can chain this, and then when he's destroyed, I can special summon 2 level 4 lower beast type warriors, the same attack for my deck. So I had it, and as you see, he sets the Judgment here. And again, in a testament to how good of a player he is, and this is honestly, as much as I looked back on it, I was like, why did he not? Here's how he thought this out, was maybe one of these is a compulse. Maybe one of these will do something. You know, maybe I have another tanky set. Maybe I'm going to search bear. And something's going to happen to Phalanx. And if he solemns, then Tiger King at 31 plus or Tiger King plus a bear would be game. He can't handle that and that much damage. And knowing that to be a fact, he knows, and he pretty much just kind of gives me the game. He's like, GG, and he surrenders because he looks at the damage on board and goes, okay, well, I would have lost anyway had I solemned, so it's not like it was a big loss. And here we have the mirror match. This is the last game because this game is really interesting to watch mirror matches for any deck, and Ninzectors is impossible to find a mirror, but with this deck, it's quite possible. There are a lot of people testing it right now because there are a lot of people who don't know what it is, and when they hear what it is, they're just like, what? Here he misplays. I can tell this is either his first or second time maybe playing this deck because he doesn't know that Panther can only be activated once per turn. I tend to not make those kinds of mistakes because I will test this against a bot for an hour. I will make sure I read every card before I play. You know, I know what I'm doing. I make sure I know what I'm doing before I take a deck out to test it. And anyway, so I was just like, okay, well, if I can't go for my play, I'll just summon Tensu and swing over. You know, it's no big deal. I can set a Tenki, and then I can pop this with Tenki, so I still have my Tensu plays. And there's not much he can do from this point on. This is pretty much the turning point of the game. I feel that if he had not done that with Leopard, if he had used Leopard to search for Tenki and then search for Spirit, he probably would have been able to make a Horse Prince play this turn and maybe put some real damage in. As you can see, again, I say no one runs Mirror Force, but everyone runs Mirror Force. Like, what is this? I wonder, I never even did check his deck build. And he runs Rekindling, and again, there's that Blaster showing up, and Dragon. I don't like that. But I don't mind the Dragon, but I don't like the Blaster in there. The Blaster Mirror Force, like, what is it? Like, why? I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna get TT'd or bottomless or something, and I didn't, so I was like, I'll just set up for a Horse Prince play next turn and attack, because, like, what is he gonna do to me? And that happened, and I probably just should have searched turn Tenki into another Tenki to search again, because Chicken is that broken. He'll probably get a retext before he comes to the TCG, if he ever comes to the TCG. He'll either be a Shonen Jump Alpha thing, and I'll never get one, and it'll be like $50 a piece, and I'll never be able to play this deck, or he'll come out in like Shadow Specters, and the format will have been redone, and Tenki will get hit to 1, and I'll be like, no matter what, this deck's probably going to get hit before it, actually comes out to the TCG, because, wait, is it a Synchro-centric deck that tops? Let's kill it now, because Synchros don't sell. Whatever, I don't know why, I feel that's what happens to a lot of Synchro decks. But I was like, well, and I didn't get to talk about this, but as you saw here, he really, in my opinion, really misplayed here. He searched for a bear I think he Tenkis for bear, and then uses bear to attack and get Goyoku. I don't know why he didn't search for his Spirit. I mean, he had Horse Prince plays all game long. Like, you keep watching him not make Horse Prince plays, and he runs 2 Lion Emperor, and he only runs the 1 Tiger King, which I understand. I only made Tiger King once the entire time I've ever played this deck, but I preferred it too because there's those times, and I don't like Dire Wolf. And here he just summons the Leopard and does not search and just kind of goes GG. Yeah, it wasn't a bad game, though. That was my build versus the generic build, pretty much, and I prefer my build. So that's it for this deck. Go ahead and load up the deck so you guys can see it one more time. The extra deck, you can see I run this guy. He'll come out, but I do hope to play this deck in real life. Goyoku is 20 times better than Night Beam. Tenki is a searchable searcher. Tensu lets me get more normal summons, so I get to make all my plays and then have a 2500 horse prince and a 1700 chicken who will then add me a bear or another spirit for next turn. It's just a really good deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to try and do these at least every other day, if not every day. Anyway, Catman Awesome 9 signing out.